Welcome. In this video, we will guide you through the steps to service your Gast 120R large rocking piston oilless compressor. This video covers the K1027 Preventative Maintenance Filter Kit and the K1028 Compressor Service Kit. Before you begin, please read through the included instruction sheet. Safety is important. Please be sure to wear safety glasses and ensure that all power is disconnected from the unit. We will first perform the preventive maintenance on the 120R by replacing the filter. Remove the old filter, install the replacement, and hand tighten and add 1/4 to 1/2 turn with a 3/4 inch wrench. In this part, we will perform the service kit installation on the 120R. Begin by removing the head assembly with a 5/32 Allen head bit and set aside. Using a flathead screwdriver, remove the fan grill. With a rag or towel, rotate the fan until one rod is fully extended. Slide the cylinder up enough to get an adjustable wrench on the rod shaft. Adjust the crescent wrench to fit on and support the rod shaft from twisting during the retainer screw loosening. Remove the cup retainer screw with a T45 Torx bit and remove the old cup cylinder. With a new cup cylinder, put the retainer in, place it on a bench and push the cup to the bottom of the cylinder bore. Align the cup cylinder on the rod top and rotate it while pushing down until the retainer rod features mesh. When the rod and retainer are in line, the retainer will drop down into the rod top. Holding the adjustable wrench on the rod shaft, install a new cup retainer screw and torque it to 300 inch-pounds. Remove the adjustable wrench, rotate the fan until the opposite rod is fully extended, and put the adjustable wrench on that rod. Perform the previous steps on the opposite rod. Finally, push down and seat the cylinders properly in the brackets. Check around the internal edge of the cylinder retainer plate for cup reveal. Move the lower portion of the compressor aside. We will now start the second half of the service kit by replacing the valves found in the head of the compressor. Move the head valve plate assembly in. Remove 4 of the head bolts, 2 from each head. To avoid damage to the exhaust valve limiters on the top side of the valve plates, turn the assembly upside down. Leaving 2 bolts loosely inside will help keep the valve plates steady. Remove the intake valve retainer screw with a T25 Torx bit. Set the old intake valve, retainer, and screw aside. Mark the center line of the valve plate hole with a marker. Observe the valve top etching on the new valve and mark the center line. Observe the valve retainer up etching on the replacement retainer. Refer to the other valve plate for example if needed. Center the new valve so that the line on the valve and the line drawn on the valve plate meet. Position the valve retainer so that the up designation is opposite of the valve itself and install a new retainer screw. While holding the valve and retainer from turning with the adjustable wrench, torque the new retainer screw to 50 inch-pounds. Look at the alignment of the valve once tightened and verify that it is centered over the valve plate porthole. Perform the same steps for replacing the intake valve on the opposite valve plate. Remove the cylinder O-ring seals from the valve plates and replace. Push the new O-rings into the grooves in the valve plates. Make sure that they do not fall out. Pull the valve plates from the head assembly, Turn them over so that the exhaust sides are up and set them on the bench top. Remove and discard the head cover gaskets. With the T25 Torx bit, remove the old exhaust valve limiter and valve from one valve plate. Mark the center line of the exhaust port hole, replacement valve, and the old valve limiter. Position the new valve on the valve plate with the old limiter on top and align the marks for centering. Hold the valve and limiter in place with the adjustable wrench and torque the new retainer screw to 50 inch-pounds. Perform the same steps for replacing the exhaust valve on the opposite valve plate. Install the new head cover gaskets into the valve plate gasket grooves. Position the head cover on the valve plates and install the head bolts. Place the head valve plate assembly back on the unit. Tighten the head bolts and torque them in a cross-corner pattern to 50 inch-pounds. With a rag or towel, slowly rotate the fan and verify smooth rotation throughout a full revolution. If any binding, resistance, or failure to rotate is felt, remove the head assembly and verify that the cylinder O-rings are in the grooves and that the cup retainers are seated on the tops of the rods. Reassemble, torque the heads, and rotate the fan again. Once smooth rotation is verified, install the fan grill back on the unit, noticing the alignment tabs on the grill cover. Your Gast 120R compressor is now ready to return to service.